Hello family, and welcome back to Sussex Squad Family TV on YouTube. Now, during the Oprah interview, Meghan said these important words that I want you to hear this clip kindly.
About the palace hearing you speak your truth today.
I don't know how they could expect that after all of this time, we would still just be silent if there is an active role that the firm is playing in perpetuating falsehoods about us.
Meghan,
How can they expect us to be quiet when we know the active role the firm is playing in perpetuating falsehoods against us? Meghan said those important words during the Oprah interview. And now, talk about confessing yourself exactly what you have been doing to Meghan all of this time. Because the palace is confessing. As William says, I will fight back. William has issued a warning shot to Harry and Meghan on the eve of Harry and Meghan's Netflix show. That is what William has done. And all the UK press are talking about it. And William has gone further to do something. He has shown his frustration, his anger towards Harry and Meghan on releasing the trailer of their docuseries while William was at Boston. First of all, William should know the world does not revolve around him. But this is what he has done that I want to share with each and every single one of you. Now, William did something. He called upon his people to attack Netflix over Harry and Meghan's trailer release. And this is the story. Netflix has been accused by its climate advisors of distracting from the Prince of Wales Environment Prize ceremony by releasing the trailer for its Harry and Meghan's documentary series. These climate experts, these so-called carnivore or so-called experts, have complained to the streaming service about the release of the trailer on the eve of Prince William's Earthflop Prize Awards on Friday night. My family, make no mistake about one thing. It is Prince William that is doing this. It is Prince William that is expressing his frustration, venting his anger towards Harry and Meghan over his flop tour of Boston. And that is not Harry and Meghan's fault. And first of all, it is Netflix that decided to release the trailer. And also, Harry and Meghan's world does not revolve around Prince William. And he should know that nobody asked about timing when Charles put his coronation on the same day as Archie's birthday. Now William is complaining because all he's ever cared about is himself. Now my family, now William has filed his complaints using these people, these carnivore or so-called experts. Now members of the Netflix Scientific Advisory Group complained to the company about the trailer for the documentary. Christiana Figueres, a former UN climate chief, who chairs the Earthshot board for Prince William, the Earthflop board, and sits on the Netflix advisory group. Do you see the contacts that the palace have? The contacts and how they use their contacts to go after Harry and Meghan. Now, Christina Figueres, a former UN climate chief who chairs the Earthflop board and sits on the Netflix advisory group, said she was disappointed. That is what she said. How does that affect Christina Figueres? How? How does Harry and Meghan's docuseries on Netflix affect Christina Figueres, Personally, the answer is it does not. I'll tell you, however, who it does affect, and clearly who it has pissed off. It's pissed off Prince William and Kate Middleton, who have done everything in their power to ruin Harry and Meghan's reputation in the public eye. But clearly, that isn't working. Harry and Meghan are the most popular royals in the entire world, and William knows that. And he's pissed off that despite everything he has thrown towards Harry and Meghan, still it isn't working. Now, another person was weaponized by William to complain to Netflix, to the streaming service. Someone called Tom Rivett-Carnac, a former UN political strategist who once again sits on Netflix advisory group, and advises the Earth Flop team, Prince William's people, once again, complaining to Netflix. And obviously, they will only do this with the full direction and consent of Prince William himself, my family. Now, this person called Christiana Figueres, was the architect of the 2015 Paris Climate Agreement, said that, and I quote, Netflix has been a leader on producing valuable content to educate on environmental issues. It is therefore disappointing that they air negative messages on the very same day as the Earth short price. What negative message have you seen? What negative message did you see in that trailer? What negative message is it? Because Prince Harry and Meghan are detailing the experiences, but somehow, because they know what William did, William is using once again his people to go after Harry and Meghan. Remember already, you were told by carnival of so-called experts like Robert Jobson, even Dan Wootton himself, who said that leaks, stories against Harry and Meghan were coming from within the royal family, within the palace. And now look at the practices of William. Look how he operates. He asked his people who work for him, who earn money from him, from his Earth Flop prize. He asked his own people to do what? To go after, attack Netflix, complain to Netflix. Once again, William is throwing a tantrum. A tantrum. Because Prince Harry and Meghan refuse to be destroyed. Refuse to be silenced by Prince William, Kate Middleton, Charles, and Camilla. My family. Because of that. Because what else will these people, this Tom Rivett and, Carnac and Christina Figueres, why would they complain to Netflix? Why? Why? How does that affect them? How does that docuseries affect them? It doesn't. It doesn't. However, it does affect Prince William. So only he, once again, is using his employees, just like he used Jason Knopf, to go against Meghan, to issue a statement in court to assist a tabloid win its court case against Meghan. I'm glad that William failed. But that's not the only thing that William has done. William has gone further, once again, to the propaganda arm of the royal family that William is in bed with, that William used to go after his brother and his sister-in-law, to abuse his brother's wife for William's amusement, because William couldn't stand seeing the spare Harry happy. While he is in a loveless marriage, he couldn't stand it. He just couldn't. My family, now William has issued this message, once again confirming the Oprah interview. Meghan's words that the palace is actively perpetuating falsehoods against both Harry and Meghan. Now, this is the message from Prince William to the UK press. Prince William is poised to challenge Harry and Meghan head on if they smear the royal family again in their new series, they say. Palace officials are gearing up to mount. This is it. This is what you've been waiting for. Palace officials are gearing up to mount a briefing war. Briefing war. A leopard never shades its spots. A leopard never shades its spots. They never change. They never change. Remember the infamous briefing wars that happened between the palace briefing tabloids against Diana. Remember that? The same thing is what William is doing to his own brother. And he is telling you what they have been doing. He is confessing to what they have been doing. Once again, what is hidden in the dark will always come to light. The people who have been behind this smear campaign against Harry and Meghan are showing their faces. The media itself are telling you who are behind the attacks on Harry and Meghan. Are you listening? Are you listening? William is not hiding anymore. He isn't. He isn't. No wonder he's saying, I'll fight back. I'll fight back. Because this war is a war to destroy his brother. Is a war to destroy his brother's wife. This is what this war is about. To ensure the spear is fully destroyed. So when people look at William, they say, oh look, he's better than Harry. That is what William wants. So that no organization, no company ever wants to associate themselves with either Harry or Meghan. That is what William wants. So that Harry has to come back, as the press have said, to come back to beg with a tail between his legs, to beg for money from Charles, like what Tina Brown said. Harry should come back, ditch his contract, tear his contract with Netflix, tear that Spotify contract, and Harry, only Harry, come back to ask for money, from Charles and William. An arrangement that they mocked Harry for when he confessed that he had been cut off by Charles. When he confessed that he had been cut off by the royal family, Harry was mocked. They said about, his age. He should go get a job. And now that he's gotten a job that helps him pay the bills, the same people who mocked him at the time for earning money, which William also earned money at the time from Charles. The same tabloid that mocked him for that arrangement are asking him to come back to that arrangement. An arrangement that will involve forcing Harry to have no choice in the world but to come back to working with the royal rota as part of the terms of the invisible contract. My family, kindly, it's important for Harry to earn his own living. That's very clear. That is very clear, because this is not a family. They seek to destroy him. They seek for Harry to befall the fate of the other previous spares, from Margaret to Andrew. We cannot let that happen. And Harry, I'm sure, knows that. No wonder his memoir is titled Spare. My family, let me continue. Now, insiders say the prince is no longer willing to let wild claims about racism and other misdeeds go unanswered. And from now on, will be on the front foot. William, nobody told your godmother, Lady Susan Hussey, to go harass a black woman, Ngozi Fulani, at Buckingham Palace. Ngozi Fulani was minding her business. She was invited to Buckingham Palace and she went there. While she was there, it was William's godmother, like the Karen that she is, who went there to harass and forcefully, violate Ngozi Fulani's personal space. That is what William's godmother did. William, even before he set foot in the US, already racism claims. And he asked for his godmother to resign. And that's what she did. But the thing is, even right now, the palace has indicated that she'll be given another role. That is what happens to racists in the UK. Kind of like what happened to that person called Danny Baker, who abused Archie at just a few hours old. He got his job at the BBC back. He got his job back. And the same thing will happen to William's godmother, clearly. And my family, it is not that Meghan said that she experienced racism in the palace that showed the royal family is racist. You know, we must debunk that narrative that just because Meghan said it was, you know, she experienced racism in the royal family, that her son, there are concerns that about Archie's skin color, that is the reason the palace is racist. No! That is not the only reason. There are many reasons why we say the palace is racist, because they are. Matters like colonialism, slavery, which the British royal family profited from. The only black woman in the royal family in centuries was chased out of the UK with bullying, abuse, and racism. That's why. Buckingham Palace has a policy banning ethnic minorities, people who are black like me, from occupying office roles. That is why they are racist. The palace has secured exemptions in law to exempt them from being sued for racial discrimination. Meaning, if you experience racial discrimination in the palace, you cannot go and sue the palace. And that's why even Ngozi Fulani cannot sue the palace over what happened to her from Prince William's very own godmother, Lady Susan Hussey. Because the palace has secured exemptions from racial discrimination. Meaning you can't sue the palace. I won't even go to the late Prince Philip's slurs that the media itself said they enjoyed those racial slurs. And the media, the Times, said they enjoy. I won't even go deep into that. I won't go even to Prince William's himself own words about the African population. William said the African population was causing enormous pressure to wildlife. Clearly, William has a problem with me being here. Because apparently, Prince William cares about wildlife. However, the royal family itself goes ahead to hunt, loves to hunt, and kill wild animals. My family, the royal family likes to hunt. They like to do hunting, yet they say they care about wildlife. William can't stand me being here after his comment about the African population. I won't even go to what William said himself in the past about, war being alien in Europe and being common in, African countries. I won't even go to that. I won't even go to that. My family, I won't go to that. My family, the examples are too many. Too many of racism in the royal family. It is not that Meghan said her son, there are concerns about her skin color, that made the royal family look racist. They are racist. We must debunk this narrative they're trying to spread. This so-called let wild claims about racism and other misdeeds go unchallenged or unanswered. The royal family is very much racist. And now you are seeing exactly what Harry and Meghan have been talking about. That indeed, their faces are being shown. Cain betrayed his own brother. Cain, Prince William, or should I say Judas, Prince William, betrayed his own brother because he had to save himself, because of jealousy, because of the love he saw Harry receiving from the public. And as the late Queen's own father, the late King George said, we, and I quote, we are not a family. We are a farm. We are more like a business, but not a family. That is how the royal family is. And no wonder Cain, Judas, Prince William felt no emotions, felt nothing, no remorse whatsoever when he went on TV to call and label his own mother chased to her death by the same press, the same tabloids that William is in bed with, paranoid. Well, William can openly say there will be briefing wars against Harry and Meghan. They will continue briefing against Harry and Meghan with an open chest. My family, you are being shown, open your eyes, you are being shown exactly who it is that is behind this hate campaign against Harry and Meghan, that is behind the hounding of his own brother. You are being told by Piers Morgan, by Dan Wootton, who called on William to do something about Harry's wife, Meghan, the same son whose own mother was chased to her death, by same people who, even according to court documents, were fixated on his mother, his late mother, is the same one asking, demanding William does something about his brother's wife. When Harry says history was repeating itself, is repeating itself, he means every word because it is repeating itself. Harry does not beat around the bush. He tells it as it is. He does not beat around the bush. He tells it as it is. That is Prince Harry, and he's telling the truth. He's telling the truth. My family, we must not let them do to Meghan what they did to the late Diana, because clearly that is the plot. That is the goal. And they can't stand that Harry is fighting back. And on top of that, even, Ngozi Fulani, I am sad to announce this. The woman, the victim of racism within the palace, is now being targeted with smears by the UK tabloid press, who are fully smearing Ngozi Fulani and defending Lady Susan Hussey. There is a saying that racism fights back. And indeed, we are seeing racism fight back. It's fighting to exist. To the minds and hearts of the UK tabloid press that spreads hate for profit. Ngozi Fulani is a victim of racism from William's own godmother, and now she is being targeted. Meghan, a victim of racism. Meghan's son, a victim of racism. Meghan's daughter, a victim of racism. And all of them have been targeted, my family. And it's very, very wrong and painful to see it. Very painful. It tells you about racism in the UK. Now, my family, someone said this. Allow me to do a couple of comments from members of the squad on these issues that I've spoken about. On William calling his people who work for him to go ahead and complain to Netflix, someone said this, that the second embarrassment I feel for these people, the desperation it must take to get your board chair and advisor to make a phone call to Netflix about a 60-second trailer overshadowing your award ceremony. You might as well just wave the white flag right now. But William is not waving the white flag. Instead, he wants war. His brother refuses to be destroyed. They refuse to be silenced. Kind of like how an abuser wants to silence their victim. William wants to silence Harry and Meghan. My family, we know the power of the royal family. And Prince Harry and Meghan need insurance to ensure their safety, in my opinion. We don't want them to do what they did to the late Diana to Meghan. Because make no mistake, it is Meghan that is the target. Not Harry, really. Meghan is the main target of the UK press. My family, now someone said this. The last one, the fact that people are still writing stories about Harry and Meghan needing to give William and Hamilton their moment like it's 2018. And they're all still in Kensington Palace is utterly ridiculous. William and Hamilton cannot stand without someone stepping on Harry and Meghan. They just can't think that they can stand because they can't. They can't. And even on the tabloid press, the entire power, wealth of the institution have been weaponized against Harry and Meghan. Still, it's not enough. And that's why I'm saying, may God protect Harry and Meghan. May God protect them. Because I don't want the firm to do what they did to Diana, to Meghan. Because we do know they are fully capable of that. We do know that. Because from what I'm seeing right now, my family, from what I'm seeing, this clearly is not over. The hate campaign from Prince William, clearly, he has said he is going to war. Actually, he has been at war. So I don't know why he's saying that he's going to war. He has been at war against Harry and Meghan for many, many years. Even after they left the UK, they still did not stop smearing them. No wonder Meghan said, how can the firm expect us to be quiet when we know the full role they're actually playing in perpetuating falsehoods against both Harry and Meghan? They're telling them why they're speaking up. Because they're still lying about Harry and Meghan, even after they have left. If that was done to you, even you will want to speak up. In this situation, William, Kate Middleton, Charles and Camilla are guilty of causing so much pain to Harry and Meghan, and they know it. Unlike all abusers, they are afraid of their victims speaking up. This is what is happening. This is what is happening. Now, my family, someone said this. I view it as William finding out how much he's really worth on that global stage that he wants so badly. And it's so low enough that a 60-second trailer can take headlines away. He should go heart in hand and apologize to Prince Harry. William, you will never ever be like Prince Harry. Never. My family, they called William's earth flop the Super Bowl, the World Cup, the Oscars of the earth. And now look, William's employees have gone to call Netflix streaming service to complain to them about it, about a 60-second trailer. A 60-second trailer. A 60-second trailer. My family, it tells you how insecure, how jealous William is, how attention-seeking William wants the attention so much, and he clearly sees he can never get it. Never, no matter what he does. And so he prefers to be vindictive and hateful towards Harry and Meghan. My family. On this issue of William going to the press saying that I will fight back, now someone said this. Now, William is willing to break protocol to defend himself, but was not willing to defend his sister-in-law, who had suicidal thoughts and facing death threats and racist abuse, some of which was posted and left to remain on his social media pages. My family, and yet someone calls members of the farm a family. They are not worthy of being called a family. Now, my family, someone shared a quote from Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, at Archetypes. This is what Meghan said, kindly. William, listen to this.
What didn't you do to bury me? But you forgot that I was a seed.
What didn't you do to bury me? But you forgot that I was a seed. No matter what you do, William, to try and bury your own brother, no matter what you do, never shall you be able to destroy Harry and Meghan's reputation. Never, William, you never will succeed in your evil plot against both Harry and Meghan. You won't succeed, and I'm telling you that for certain. You won't succeed. You haven't been able to take down Harry and Meghan all these years, and you won't be able to take them down now. You won't, William. You won't. And your jealousy clearly is showing. Cain truly is your name. William truly is a Cain in every single definition of it. My family, in every single definition of it. It's a shame, really, that the same person whose mother was chased to her death is working with the same people who chased his own mother to her death. Like how William works with the UK press. It's so shameful. So shameful. Shameful. Hugely shameful, my family. Now, what do you think about all of this, kindly? I want to hear your opinion. Now, someone said that Mr. Incandescent with Rage is spewing that the truth of how the royal family treats Meghan and Harry behind closed doors. And the media involvement is going to be laid bare. William has less respect even than his money laundering father. Harry indeed inherited his mother's genes. Someone said that William has everything to lose. I would not start fighting Prince Harry if I were him. Someone said that. My family, someone said that if they smear the royal family again, they have never smeared the royal family. They only spoke vaguely about what caused them to leave. If you don't want to be portrayed negatively, behave better. And I remember the scenes at the Queen's funeral, how the royal family behaved towards Harry and Meghan. The leaks already there. And yet they demand loyalty. Yet they demand for Harry to schedule timing with them on their projects. No one does hypocrisy more than the royal family and the UK press. Nobody does hypocrisy more than the royal family and the UK tabloid press. My family, William just keeps telling himself. He just keeps telling on himself. Now, someone said that instead of seeing the writing on the wall and saying that he's happy for his brother and sorry for any misunderstanding in the past, my family, you can't say that racism has no place in our society and not express regret for not speaking up when your sister-in-law was being racially abused by the UK press and also by members of the farm, by William's godmother. You just can't. You can't. Now, someone said that when has William not been fighting back? Even when they aren't fighting anyone, he's bullying and fighting them. You know, kind of like how even after Harry and Meghan left, still, the smear campaign continued. It never stopped. The royal family never stopped leaking against Harry and Meghan, even after they left. Yet somehow, they're surprised that Harry and Meghan are speaking up. Surely, come on. Now, someone said this, that William's one-sided war is tiresome and embarrassing. Defend himself from what exactly? He left his fingerprints all over the smear against Harry and Meghan. Even the press itself are calling for him to do something against Harry and Meghan. Towards Meghan. My family, William cannot hide his part in the smear campaign against Harry and Meghan. A guilty conscience needs no accuser. A guilty conscience needs no accuser. And William is telling on himself. William is telling on himself. Now, someone said that dude had been fighting Harry the whole time, forward, backward, and every which way, just not winning. Now, Shakespeare said that, and I quote, suspicion always haunts the guilty mind. Since when were they not briefing tabloid press? And they're telling on themselves, briefing war. And William has been the one behind it. And the tabloids are telling you who have behind it. William showed his hands a long time ago. And he's kept on showing his hand. So William, bring it on. You won't win this battle against Prince Harry and Meghan. You won't. This one-sided war orchestrated by Prince William himself against Harry and Meghan. You won't, William. You won't. Bring it. Just bring it, William. Bring it. We are ready. We have fought you all this time, and clearly we have defeated you, and we will keep defeating you. My family, William never said a word when Archie was racially abused. But he can go ahead to say he's defending himself. A guilty conscience, and he's showing you what he did. And he hates that Harry and Meghan are speaking up and speaking out. And these words, palace officials are gearing up to mount a briefing war should their worst fears come true. Talk about self-confessions. As Meghan told you, I don't know how they could expect that after all this time, we would just be silent. If there's an active role that the firm is playing in perpetuating falsehoods about us. And if that comes with the risk of losing things, I mean, there's a lot that's been lost already. My family, William should know. William should know. Harry and Meghan are going to speak up and speak out. And even a carnival or so-called expert called Richard Palmer said this, that much will depend on the content of Harry and Meghan's docuseries. But William is ready to counter anything he and Kate consider unfair or inaccurate. There's a new willingness at Kensington Palace to tackle potentially damaging controversies head on, they say. My family, William is telling on himself. He's telling what he did to Harry and Meghan, and he knows what they did, what he and Kate did. He knows the biggest beneficiaries of the smear campaign against Harry and Meghan are William and Kate Middleton. Everyone knows that. I've said that many times. And the guilty are already throwing a tantrum of how they'll fight back, even before the docuseries is even out. They're already telling on themselves, even before it's out. And also, William's jealousy is showing, and clearly has been showing for a long time. My family, please tell me what you think about all of this. Cain will not win. Make no mistake. Cain will not win. Judas Prince William will not win. Make no mistake about that. And kindly, with that and so much more, please keep praying for Harry and Meghan, Archie, Libedana, and Doria Ragland. May God bless and protect them and keep them safe. And please, stay tuned to our next video. I can't wait for Harry and Meghan docuseries on Netflix, and also Prince Harry's memoir, Spare. Please stay tuned to our next video. William, bring it on. For years, you've gone after Harry and Meghan and you have failed. You won't succeed now. The victims of abuse will not remain silent. Stay tuned to our next video. Hello, members of Zesco Family TV. First of all, I want to say thank you for all your support that you give us to our channel. We don't take it for granted that you support this channel. I want to say thank you from the bottom of our hearts for lending out your support and fighting against injustices, supporting Prince Harry and Meghan, showing them love. Love will always triumph over evil, and for that I say thank you. Good will always prevail over bad. Thank you so much for all your support. Thank you so much for joining this community, this amazing community of Zesco Family TV. I love you so much, family, from the bottom of my heart, and I wish you all the best. May you have a great day, and I hope that you enjoyed this video and learned a lot of things. With that and so much more, stay tuned to our next video. Leave a comment below, like and subscribe. Love you, family, always and forever. Sayonara.